Hello, Dr. Jain. Thank you so much for chatting with me about your journey and why you're helping sponsor BSides NYC. It's a great contribution, so thank you so much for coming over here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so to get us started off, what are you most excited about for BSides NYC?
Well, first of all, I'm excited that BSides NYC is back
Uh-huh.
after a long time. 2018 was the last one, and the pandemic hit and it was canceled last time. And I am so happy that BSides NYC is back at John Jay.
Okay, and what value do you see BSides NYC adding to John Jay, and what value do you think John Jay brings to BSides NYC?
So John Jay is the right place to host BSides NYC because BSides NYC is all about cybersecurity and justice, and so is John Jay. And our programs, both computer science undergraduate and the graduate programs, are structured around cybersecurity. So our undergraduate program is called Computer Science and Information Security.
Okay.
So our students go through capstone in cybersecurity. They learn the cryptography and computer networking courses, which are often absent in other programs. So our students are specialized in cybersecurity from the very beginning. And our master's program is called Digital Forensics and Cybersecurity. So again, this is an appropriate place to host BSides because BSides is the community of industry specialists, and when they come to John Jay, they see the vibrant campus, and our students get to interact with the people from the industry. Hopefully, they make connections and get internships and jobs. So that's the reason why this partnership is valuable to John Jay, and I believe being centrally located in Manhattan, in a great food scene here, it's Hell's Kitchen, and it should be convenient for people to travel here as well. And I'm pretty sure our space is awesome as well, so this is adding value to BSides as well because
Great.
of the great space.
Yeah, thank you so much. I actually met somebody who was an alumnus of John Jay. So, how does it feel, to see somebody who graduated from your programs and then they're now giving it back to the cybersecurity community?
It's wonderful, and then it's personally very satisfying because as these students come in, they treat you like you're the rock star, and they achieved what they achieved because of you. But that's not true because they put in the effort, and that's why they are where they are. So it feels really great, and these are one of those instances when you feel like you chose the right profession because you've changed lives, and people are thankful for that. So today I met with a lot of my students who took classes with me in 2016, 2018, and they are now placed very well, and they are here to give back, and they're here to they're asking if we have students who would like to go and have internships at their places. So this is really an alumni reunion for us as well.
Yeah, and then there's a lot of inflow of talent, right?
Yes.
Like this talent coming both ways. They're meeting, and BSides NYC is a great place for people looking for talent as well as
Exactly.
providing talent to the security community.
Exactly. So this is a special time for our program as well because we have been we have received a grant from the city to improve the employment outcome of our students, and therefore we have a mandate to make industry contacts and place our students. We have internships. The students would have internships while they are in school. So this is an opportunity for all of our students as well. We recently started a new 5-year BSMS program, and that's something which is beneficial to both the people from the industry and also for people looking for a degree.
Yeah, I think you briefly touched upon two aspects there. The first one is, like how people are coming together at BSides NYC, and that's in a way paving a path for industry academia partnerships, right? Like,
Yes.
what are your thoughts on that?
Right. So, so because we are trying to create internship programs and create more industry collaborations, Um, we are looking to create an industry advisory board,
Okay.
a small group of people from the industry who can help us keep our syllabi updated, help us create case studies and labs that are industry relevant. I know oftentimes people learn offensive security at school, but the industry is also looking at defensive security. So we would
Correct.
like to know what the industry is looking for so we can create that updated labs and syllabi for our students so that they can be more useful as they go and
Yeah.
into higher education as well as when they go into the industry.
Yeah. So you're essentially building a talent pipeline
Yes.
with the most relevant skill sets.
You're right, absolutely. Thank you.
Great. Great.
Yeah.
I think that's wonderful. And the other aspect is, I go to a lot of conferences and I talk to a lot of people, and most people in security have a lot of diverse backgrounds, and I love that. And not a lot of people have a formal background or a formal education in cybersecurity. But John Jay is one of the institutions among a few other institutions that offers a formal curriculum in
Yes.
cybersecurity. Why would you, or what would you say is the value add of pursuing a cybersecurity specific degree?
Right. So, getting a degree in cybersecurity specifically is actually important because if you get a generic computer science degree, you know how to write programs, but you don't know how to use those programs in real life. So when you get a degree in cybersecurity, because this field really needs a lot of talent, and that talent is lacking, the knowledge that they gain early on gives them a head start when they
Okay.
go into industry. Also, they gain a specialization which they wouldn't if they get a generic computer science degree. So they're gaining this specialization which can help them go into a master's program or a PhD program and have a head start into research.
Got it. I think a lot of questions that most people ask, it's a very common question. Like, how do I break into cybersecurity, right? That's a very common question. And then the suggested paths are things like, we can do certifications, we can do a bachelor's degree or a master's degree. Both are equally viable paths, or sometimes just projects, right? All of these are viable paths.
Right.
What to our viewers here who are potentially considering a cybersecurity degree, what would you say will really help them in getting their dream job?
So maybe we are addressing students who are in college right now, and if you're addressing them, then there's just so much you need to do apart from just going through your curriculum.
Okay.
When you are in a classroom, you are going through the curriculum, but you also need to be involved in projects and take your assignments seriously and seek out that internship every break you get, and that is important. We had a few students who created an online workshop on how to break into cybersecurity. So that's
Okay.
really, so I could give a shout out to those students. They have graduated recently, and their work is it's really, they created an animated series of what needs to be done, what certificate paths need to be taken, and what are the different roles in cybersecurity, like SOC analyst and incident response and so on. So they've created these roles in that video series. So stuff like that your college might provide, or John Jay definitely provides. So students have access to those and that information. Some of the advice they gave is listen to podcasts,
Okay.
cybersecurity podcasts,
Like the one we're doing now.
Exactly. And another thing, another advice is to participate in hackathons, participate in CTFs, and even if you don't win a CTF, participating helps you learn a lot. So doing these extracurricular activities is important because that's how you get your hands-on experience. And without that hands-on experience, the information that you learn in the class just doesn't click.
Okay. Yeah, I think those are great points that you made. And I think for the benefit of some of our viewers who are looking to get into, cybersecurity or trying to find their first job role, and attending conferences as such. I think that's a great avenue, and hopefully the resources that you have created here will be very helpful, and we'll definitely try to put a plug into that. So
Right.
thank you.
Yeah. So you do. I should have mentioned that attending conferences, and especially conferences that are so cheap to attend, right? And it's
Very
attended by industry.
affordable.
It's very affordable.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
So,
I think Huxley, our organizer, mentioned the statistics today, right?
Yes.
So we are also helping people who are who are not able to afford conferences come here. So that's 25% of our attendees.
Exactly.
And that can open the doors for creating a very diverse and inclusive cybersecurity workforce.
Exactly. Yes, and we're very happy that those that small fee could also be refunded, and the 238 students who've registered today, and it's a great opportunity for them.
Great, great. Thank you so much. And with that, I guess I'll segue into our segment where you asked for ChatGPT a question, and ChatGPT gave a response. So I think your question was, for the benefit of our viewers and audience, I think the question was, how can ChatGPT be incorporated in teaching and teaching computer science and computer programming courses? So would you like to take a stab at some of the response?
Sure. It's an incredibly long response, and it might be created not by ChatGPT but by somebody else, because this might be a very common question.
True.
It's a huge concern that students can simply go into ChatGPT and get answers to their computer programming questions.
Yeah, and that's another thing that most policymakers are actively thinking about, right? Like, how do we ensure that there's no plagiarism? So as and when we adopt new technologies, we should also try and come up with new systems to figure that out. Yeah.
Right. So some of the answers that ChatGPT gave is kind of canned responses.
Okay. So nothing very useful there is what you'd say.
Yeah. So it's like programming assistants help them write code, which is what people don't want. People don't want them to write code using ChatGPT. And so it says concept reinforcement. I would say do not do that, because ChatGPT hallucinates a lot of answers. So if you
have you come across any?
I haven't used. So the only thing I use ChatGPT for is, here is a sentence or a phrase or a paragraph that I have written, and I'm going to rewrite it. But let me see if you rewrite it, what you rewrite, and then I can look at it and see if it's worth incorporating.
Yeah, so the creative aspects or the originality is still yours.
Exactly.
It's just adding the fine embellishments.
Exactly. And sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't, and so I don't use it. I have asked ChatGPT to write snippets of code, especially in Swift, and all of them were wrong. So none of them worked.
Okay. So still Stack Overflow for the win.
So the thing is, what I was trying to get done cannot be done with the APIs that are available.
I see. Okay.
So, but ChatGPT was still hallucinating a response, and that was throwing everything off. Okay. So concept reinforcement, no.
Something to be aware of.
Yeah, interactive quizzing. ChatGPT can be used to create interactive quizzing experience. I can see that. I can see asking ChatGPT to write like a set of quiz questions. Pop quiz questions. Yeah. Homework assistance I can definitely see, but then there has to be a fine line between plagiarism and homework assistance. I had an idea of how ChatGPT can be used in computer programming classes, so I thought ChatGPT would know the answer, but ChatGPT doesn't.
But we'd love to hear yours.
So my main thesis there was, let's ask students to design their own projects, and then encourage them to use ChatGPT to write the snippets.
Got it.
So I used to give an assignment to 100 level programming classes, is create a dice game of your own choosing.
Okay.
And program it, and you have to have a scoreboard, you have to have a scoring scheme, you have to have multiple players and whatnot, but the game is yours. It's a board game, and you design it yourself.
Nice.
So similar thing. So design your own project, and you are welcome to use ChatGPT to get the snippets.
Very cool.
So perhaps, but ChatGPT didn't know that could be done.
Yes, and that shows, right? So it's still got a way to come along. But But thank you so much for answering all my questions, and it was a really nice chat.
Thank you. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Great. Thank you so much, Dr. Jain, for your time here.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.